Hello, everybody. Welcome back to OSL. This is week 5, day 2. I am your caster tonight, Sir Smunk. Joined with me is Gohan. How are you, Gohan?
Doing good, doing good. How are you today on this fine afternoon?
I'm very staying nice and warm as we're in a bit of a cold front right now. But on to tonight's games, we are starting off the night tonight with Freddo vs Melatonin. This will be Demogorgon, Wesker, and Blight, followed up by Harden vs Gospel, which will be Ghoul, Unknown, and Houndmaster. And we'll be ending off tonight's games with Zetsubo Lust versus Lyrisan Marine, which will be Blight, Wesker, Demogorgon. We're going to be seeing a lot of the Order Haven Wreckers tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of Wesker, Demo Blight. Most of them, two of them actually have like mirror sets, which is interesting. But we're going to be loading in here on the Freddo versus Melatonin set. I believe this is Melatonin's pick here of the Demogorgon, which will be being played by Daisuke, who I believe is Nortor. So Nortor on the Demogorgon, and then we have Philly Potato, Age, and Nyx on the Survivor in the end. Looking at the Demogorgon's build, we do have some pretty stock standard stuff. I feel like you don't see a lot of change. We do find someone right off the bat there, Nyx, with unfortunate failed stealth there, but yes, build pretty stock standard stuff. We have the Broken Glasses, Blackheart add-on, and who do you think's favored to win this match tonight, Gohan?
Well, if we have a look at the VIP tipping, it's Melatonin I would say personally a landslide, because you got Freddo versus Melatonin for Demogorgon set. 9 people voted for Freddo. 16 people voted for Melatonin to win. So a lot of people are wanting Melatonin to win fully, and a lot of people are actually just voting in Melatonin's favor. So hey, but then again, if this is competitive, anything can happen, anything can change. So who knows who actually is going to be winning this? But Nortor, aka Daisuke, is trying his best to get Nyx out of the trial as quick as he can for his first down. But Nyx has ran him all the way into the deep corner pocket where all the corrupted gens were. So well done by Nyx. And now Nortor is going to be able to get his first hook with that pain res and the agitation. Hopefully, he's going to bring him up a bit further into the map, but nope, he's going to hook him right here, right on his pain res hook, and just missing the generator that popped. Well done by Philly for sticking that gen and getting it completed. We see Age activating his flashbang, getting that open and active, and then we see an interesting build on the other survivors as well. Probably suited to their strong suits, but we do see Daisuke is going to find his second survivor of the trial, going to be Potato Savage, missing the cracker, which is very unfortunate, but he is going to make a pallet here. Smunk, with this early game, how do you feel like they're going? Do you feel like they're doing good?
Yes, I mean, so far so good. It seems pretty stock standard stuff. We did see Nick making a very good job there, dying very top corner edge map there, making the agitation a bit less impactful. But we had, unfortunately, that pain res hook out the top of 12 here, as we're going to be going for a potential tunnel here. I just take the tag into Age here if I was Norto, and we're doing exactly that, take the protection hit onto Age, allowing him to travel to the middle of the map. He has a ton of resources connecting here, as well as his teammates working gens nearby, but he's going for a cheeky little pre-throw. Don't want to be playing any mind. I do believe Melatonin is on ping, so you don't want to be getting shredded through any parts of this game here, but we get Nyx all the way over to Shaq Pallet, already dropped and shredded as well, so we don't have a resource. Nyx is going to be heading over to this jungle gym, but I think decently timed shred. We should be able to hit it. No crouch checks coming through from Nyx, as we'll be going on to a second stage there for Nyx, as another gen pops in the background, but it looks like we're struggling to pick up. I don't know if we're going to be seeing any insane flashbang plays, but no, it looks like we had Philly trying to go for a flash right set, but not quite happening. It's a very painful. This one's going to be getting a hook right on top of the active gen. That's going to be a dry kick with eruption as well. So a fantastic hook, and a really unfortunate death spot there for Nyx is ideally you probably want to try and get to 6. Oh, sorry, 12. I've got the numbers mixed up. Been playing comp for 2 years, by the way. But unfortunately here, getting the hook at 9. And yeah, on top of an active gen, it doesn't give Nortor much reason to leave here. He's got it regressing. He can see all of his generators within a decently close proximity. And having a look at his gens, these actually aren't gens at all. He does just need to put a portal down here by 6. We see it. I think that was getting doubled by 2 people there as well. We also saw Age get reset there in the background. But Nortor pretty happy to just sort of prance about here, trying to apply a little bit of pressure on this gen. It's got bugger progress, so I dare say we're going to be getting that eruption and then teleporting up towards this 9 hook there to try and get a ton onto Nyx, as we see Age working out decently high progress gen there in the background. But a potential chase on the Nyx, unless you have a successful stealth here, go on.
Yeah, it looks like Nyx how I do believe is Nord has spotted his target, his tunnel out. And I believe that he was working all the way on that 4 generator as well. So that generator is actually progressed quite heavily, but we do see Daisuke here, or Norta, is going to be getting a lovely shred here with the car. the DVD gods that that car is still able to be slided on, so we are going to be able to get that down, and the tunnel out at 2 gens remaining. Not the best, but not the worst as well. He's still got that progress on the board. He's still got a decent 3 gen. I feel like he could patrol this quite well, especially with the portals and stuff. So we do see our next target going to be Age, the one who just completed a gen, but nope, we are going to go back towards, I believe this is Philly Fry. Yeah, it is Philly Fry all the way at 9, which is an active generator. But as you said, yeah, we need to be going straight towards that 12 side of the map, Smonk.
Yeah, we are going to continue the chase into Frilly here. He did pre-drop this pallet in this weird hybrid gem. I don't really know what you call this now, but unfortunately a misshred coming through onto Nortor, going to allow Philly to buy a ton of distance up to this still drop pallet out the car, but he's seen what happened to Nixon. He doesn't want a part of it, as we are going to be going for the window, but we get a medium there. But thankfully that does buy us enough time to run all the way up to 12, and Nortor just get his tag, go back to his gens, activate this portal down by 6 here, which I think actually was working recently, but no, it is completely silent. They're instead working this generator right here by these rocks, and we do find someone. I think this is Potato Savage on the Claudia. It is indeed. And if we're able to get a tag recently early here, we might be able to get a good down onto Potato Savage by the time he gets up to about 9-10, and then agi ourselves towards the front of Shack and potentially on a Pain Res, and that'd be a really strong hook for us, or alternative just on the 9 hook again, but Potato doing a fantastic job of making a ton of distance against Nortor here, just pre-leaving the tiles as he is running to this Philip pallet in front of Shaq here, but we see Philly getting healed right in the back there, but a nice little shred. Philly's running on the wrong side of the map here, mate. You can't be going down there. And, oh my God! Feed from downtown with regards from Singapore. Very nice down to the Philly, and no flashbangs from Age to be seen. And that agitation is going to be really painful. We're going to be able to hook right here on what I believe is 5, it might be 7 actually. And yeah, going to be a fantastic use of agitation there, potentially even a pain res. It is a pain res. Nortor being dealt a full house here in terms of his hooks, and really phenomenal stuff here, Gohan, from Nortor.
Yeah, exactly, and that hook is quite devastating, especially the fact that he was able to call out the insta heal that they did onto Philly, and he's instantly going to be able to go back and deny the unhook, or at least the trade here from Age. Going to be able to hit him here. Going to be able to hopefully maybe even get a quick 2-tap here, and unfortunately not going to be able to get the quick 2-tap thanks to the crouch check, but he isn't going to be able to hit it again thanks to the rock being there. I think he actually makes this pallet as well now. Oh no, never mind. Age got zoned for a lifetime, but we did see that there was aura on, I believe that was the 9 generator as well, thanks to Potato being next to the portal. But we do see, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Potato was on that 9 gen with the portal. The aura reading from the portal helped out a lot thanks to Killer Instinct. But we do see that Philly Fry is heading up down towards 9 as well, which is also not ideal. But we do see, yep, Daisuke is able to deny progress on to this generator. Also, only having one more sag of Pain Res, so it looks like he was able to make that Pain Res hook onto Age. And I believe now Potato is his last Pain Res. It is indeed. But we do see Potato having to play his life around this broken bus, being able to make it to the vault, which is really well done. But we do see the unhook happen in the distance, so it looks like Nortor is just going to have to go back for his generators, afraid of that generator popping.
Yeah, both 7 and 9 are both very high progress. We did see the Painers did hit 7, and then we applied our eruption onto the 9 generator, trying to commit to a chase onto Potato. It didn't work out, unfortunately, which is a shame because he's our last Pain Rose, but we do catch Philly off guard here. He's going to be dying corner, it seems like, but you don't want to be dying here because, once again, this is in your gens. We're going to get eruption onto 9. We might even just slug Philly, rotate down to 7. We do see 7 pop. This would have been 8 here, running away from it. Yes, it is. We do see aura from Potato, so he's trying to get back on that 9 generator. Nortor's a bit... He's sort of indecisive about whether or not he wants to hook Philly or not, but he's decided to hook Philly on top of the 9 gen very likely, and then maybe commit to a chase onto Potato Savage, get his pain res if it's fast enough. If not, well, maybe we just hook him in basement and then just call it a day. They get all our freshers, kill Potato because he's worth the most, and then call it a day with what would be like 10 stages, I think. 10, 9, 10 stage, which is really good for Demogorgon. Like, Nortor's on track here to set a really good win con. We do see Potato in the background there getting broken, which is clean break from Tori Kane, which when you do a full heal, your clean break will activate, and then when you're getting healed, you can press E to activate clean break, which breaks you, and then after 60 seconds, you'll become fully healed. So it's like a really slow run. So we do see Potato there, healing Age in the background while clean break does its thing there. This allows him to move around while that perk is activating, and still down to maybe a different generator, start applying pressure onto different gens. But Norton with really decent positioning here, trying to figure out that, the heel was probably around this side of the map towards the 3 side. We do find Age here,
Ooh,
but I don't think we see him. Couldn't quite doing wonders there as well. But
yeah, but unfortunately,
unfortunately,
yeah, you spoke too soon. He still managed to find him, but not getting the blind as well. But Age still getting those crouch checks in, and unfortunately, no ping hit there. And as we said before, Singapore ping on for only the killer. So there's either way, survivors are going to be on ping. But we do see him just go straight back for the hook, and just in time too for Potato to get that unhook. So it looks like he's going to be able to commit this chase on Potato this time round and hopefully get the tag in a lovely shred, by Nortor here, being able to get that shred. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to continue on to Potato. I feel like he should be committing this chase, but Age is getting caught out here, unfortunately, in this little trash pile at 10. But now is he going to be able to get the 2-tap? He is going to get the 2-tap. Nortor proving that he is worth it of the... But, no. Philly with the blind of a century to help out Age. So now Nordo has to choose whether or not to continue it, and he is going to choose to try and find Potato, hopefully. If I was a betting man, I would say Potato's here at 6, hopefully. And yep, he is at 6, so I guess I get to win something there with that. But we do see that Daisuke, or Nortor, sorry. This is confusing. I don't like people changing their names like this, but we do see the down happen onto Potato. But we do see the double reset, so this game is going to get a bit slow, I feel like, now at this point.
we do see a pain res there from Potato 7. It's a final pain res, the highest progress gen. And Nortor, if he plays those cards right, he might be able to get a 4K. Unfortunately, Age and Philly both reset, but while that reset was happening, we had all our generators were running. I wouldn't be surprised if they're down to basically 0 at the moment. And Nortor doesn't really have a reason to leave here. He's just camping the most done gen, which is 9. He knows that other gen that's down by 6. It can't be any high progress.
Oh.
We see the unhook happening onto Potato, so they're likely potentially aged, but Potato trying to head up map a little bit. And honestly, if I'm Nortor here, I'd probably just try and get a quick down to Potato, because there's not a ton on that side of the map, I believe. But no, he's rotating back down to his generators, trying to find Age. We do see a hit end coming from Age. It's going to buy him a good bit of distance here, which he does need to try and head up map a little bit more, because this side of the map is looking rather bored like Herman Carter, but Age his best to just put a bit of distance and objects between himself and the Demogorgon. Maybe in the 14th crouch check, unfortunately, doesn't work. If you play the same card 14 times, I don't think it's going to work on the 15th. I'm sorry, Age, but we do get our tag into Age then. We're not really committing to any chases. We're happy to just sort of bounce around, get our tags, and then find resets, which we have found here. We found Philly trying to get a reset onto Potato Savage, and I believe this is Potato playing this long war here, but if we get a quick down on him, that'd be a huge boon for us, because it means we can hook a potential either basement or on top of one of those gens. One of the last remaining pals on the map is now being burned here, but we get a cheeky little ping in onto Potato there through the fast vault on that long wall. I would say that was a nice little setup, but if you play it on ping, it's not that nice. And we do see the 9 gen here, Philly slowly working through. It's about 75% done. If we're able to get an agitation hook on top of that active gen, that's going to do us a huge boon. I believe that's exactly what Nortor is trying to do here. Now, I do wonder if maybe one tag from Philly will be able to free him. We do see the hit tag coming from Philly, but is it enough for him to wiggle out? Yes, it is. We see Potato able to rotate away from the 9 gen. This allows him to buy a ton of distance to at least Shaq, unless we get a cheeky shred here. But no, we're taking our chance to kick the gen while we can. I think that's how one of our last kicks. Those entity spikes are getting pretty high, but Nortor choosing not to chase Philly or Potato and just rotating back down to 60, potentially catch out Age, Gohan.
I believe Age actually ran towards 4, because last time we saw Age, he was towards that 3 side of the map, but we do see everyone's resetting here. I believe this is all the way at the top side of the map. It does look like it. Yeah, they're healing all the way at 12, and as we see here, Norton doesn't have much portals left for him to work with, but he is getting dangerously close to this reset, and he has found it. So, but he's going to go for Potato. Potato is his main target here, and Potato is going to go down. A lovely shred from Nortor here. He isn't going to be able to find the other 2 players here, but he is going to be able to hopefully drag Potato a little bit further, but no, he is going to opt to hook him right here, all the way at 1, and he is going to find Age right next to him as well. Age feels like a broken record with these crouch checks attempts, but we do see the down happen on it, or the trade more so onto Age. Age is going to be hooked straight on top of this 1 hook as well. And we are going to probably try to find a Potato now, unless we want to try and stop the generator that's happening out on 9. Philly Fry, hopefully, is on that generator trying to progress it as much, but no, we see the insta-pull and the instant reset as well. Clean break activating. And yeah, as you said, that I don't even think that generator
Final
can be
kick.
kicked anymore.
He did just kick
From
it then, I
yeah.
believe, but abruption isn't active, which gives us the indication that that was the 8th kick. So that generator got its final dry kick. No more can happen to it.
Ooh. If Potato can
We do.
survive this long, wait, if Potato can survive long enough around this edge filler, this will be lovely. But unfortunately, not going to be able to get the shred around. So Age is going to take the body block for Potato, and Potato hopefully is going to get that clean break reset. But unfortunately, we do see the shred happen on to Potato. Lovely shred by Nortor here, and Nortor is going to have to go towards Philly Fry's generator at 9. He's going to have to try and kick him off it as much as he can. Potato is going to get reset from Age here at Bay in Shack, and Philly Fry going to be doing a lovely avoiding of the shred here, but Nortor not having any of it, just going to do the M1 and then going to go hopefully go back towards Shack, but no, he's going to continue on to Philly Fry.
I think ideally Naruto here is looking for an early kill onto Philly Fry, not kill, but like a hook onto Philly Fry. He is worth the money by technicality as he is the only survivor not death hook at this stage. Both Potato and Age are death hook. Unfortunately, Age's clean break and being eaten there. We do get the down to Philly. This is close enough to the 9-gen, I believe, to get 8 agitation hook on somewhere nearby. But no,
Ooh.
Potato and Age greed the gen, double it. That's going to be able to maybe see stages out of the door if we play our cards right. Philly is actually dead on hook. I'm talking out of my ass. All the survivors were dead on hook. So ideally Philly here, I mean ideally Nortor here, maybe we just find someone at the doors and then we get a kill, call it on 11th stage, have a happy day, but Age hiding in a locker there by the bus, we're not being found, Potato lurking nearby. Both these
I
survivors can't
think
be reset, and we have decently strong doors here. Nortor is pretty
the
keen to just have a key round, and I don't think Age can rotate down 6 side, can he go home?
I think the only downside of this situation that we're at, because we do know that Age is at that door all the way at 12 at 11, sorry, thanks to the spectator, but Northor doesn't know this, and we do know that Potato was heading towards the door at 2, but honestly, the only unfortunate side is he doesn't have portals, so he has to actually walk over, but we do see the
Okay.
door happening on both sides
We're
of
just
the
not looking
map.
at the doors.
No, it looks like both doors were being opened by both Potato and Age. So that is going to be 10 stages for Fresh to Norta's team to try and chase. Freddo to chase that. So we'll be right back after a short intermission.
Uh, I think we're still live. Our
I
streamer
believe.
disconnected from the call, but we're back,
We're
and we're
back.
placing a
Okay.
portal
We
and,
have a
and
hook.
Kate's on hook. Okay, continue
Okay.
on. Go forth.
We have a hook on the board, and we have a paint res being used, and we don't know where anyone else is on, but we do see Potato just putting over the portals, making a little web of traps, if you will. But we do see the generator all the way at deep 6 being hit as well. But we do see the oh no, Tori Painkiller just getting absolutely styled on from our resident or controller player of OCE. But we do see Painkiller is going to go down as well on the famous seawall. Unfortunately, going down in probably, I don't know if this would be the worst spot currently, considering there is no gen pop. So, but we do see Nortal is working a generator. I believe this is at 2, I want to say. I want to say 2. But doesn't nope. Okay, no. So it's not a 2. It's at 4. Okay, right side, wrong. No, same right area, just opposite side. We're all good though. We're back. We do have a pain res. Was that a pain res onto?
No.
No, it wasn't. No pain res. Only one pain res hook being used. Potato opting to go for the eruption, but as you said, yeah, he's opting to run bamboozle over agitation. Personally, either works. It is Demogorgon, so for me personally, I like using agitation more so, but pain or bamboozle is also a good choice, especially if you want to focus on doing chases. So not a bad choice. Potato clearly opting to go for chases more so than the being able to drag hooks into the perfect spots, but we do see Norto unfortunately vaulting into Potato's loving embrace, and we are going to be seeing a trade here, but Nortal is a fresh hook, so I don't know about this trade.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting trade there. We did see Eruption as well. A tricky ring on that Fortune. We still haven't seen a single gem pop, by the way, and we might be able to successfully get it down to Tory, but at least at the bare minimum, we do get the Shack pallet here. But Potato, very happy to just slug Nortor in the background there and continue the chase onto Tory, who is setting up 12. Worth noting as well, as this is, we've switched our tunnel out a little bit here. Tori also was not pain res previously, so this will actually be a pain res on her second hook here, which is fantastic news for Potato Savage, as it's going to be hitting probably Kate's gen here that she's working, and we did see Ace and 1 as well rotating down. Unless it hits 4, but I think it would probably hit Kate's gen, and that it did. We did see the little HUD icon change, because 4 was hit with eruptions, that was already regressing, and it probably regressed slower than Kate's gen. We do see Northrop getting picked up there in the background by A71, and we see Scratch Ups leading away up towards Shack's side, as I dare say this sort of forces Ace to go in for the save onto Tori, at least start getting in a position to do so, but no, we see a pre-drop happening here onto, I believe this is Northrop, as we do see the bottom forward. It is indeed him, and unfortunately with a bit of poor pathing, we might actually just see it down, but no, we have the infinite, the Z wall out the edge map. Can he juice up? And he's juicing up. That's 2. Potato, don't get entity blocked at the Z wall, mate. You can't let that happen. Oh, a bit of a vacuum. So he was very much already running on the other side of that window, but that's okay. We got a cheeky little painter potentially here as we finally see the last first gen popping in the background. Go on.
Yeah, that is unfortunate because of the ping difference. Because as we said before, killers are playing on their own ping, and then survivors are on the lower or on the not on the chopping block, but not on the favorable side for the ping. But they do what they can to do as best as they can. And honestly, the SEA players have been doing really well, all things considered, considering the fact that they are on ping for when they play Survivor. So well done to all those players in SEA and NEA. So, but we do see the next chase happening onto A71 here at Deep 6, running over towards Shaq. Shaq is dropped, so hopefully he can escape with some little bit of pathing here. But we do see Potato is going to try and mind game. But no, he has found the scratch box heading towards 10 to get the unhook, and it is going to be KMY. He has got a hook stay, so that's not that bad. But A71 was a fresh hook, and he has escaped the grasp of Demogorgon, of Potato's Demogorgon. But we do see Norter is now being chased. Norter is going to be on second stage if he does go down here. And we are going to see a quick shred attempt, but no, Norter is going to be able to dodge that with a lovely jiggy there. But we do see Potato is now going to be struggling to try and get that down. He is going to opt to probably break this. No, he's not. He's going to opt to actually keep doing this loop. This is very interesting.
My Bloodlust King trying his hardest there, but eventually we do break that pallet there, forcing Norto on a bit more unfavorable side of the map. We have this long pallet here. As Demogorgon, you can get some cheeky little lineups here, but Norto playing it very patiently there. Potato with an ambitious swing. The ping isn't that bad. Gamer, calm down. We are still chasing the chase into Nortor here, who I don't think is on death. So this is a very ambitious chase. We see another gen popping in the background. And honestly, if you're Melatonin, this is the type of chase you need to see. But unfortunately, ping will finally working against us here as we do see the down onto Nortor. I don't believe anyone's in position for a save. No, sir. But we will see Painkiller's gen popping in the background. And soon to be A71's position. A71's gen also popping in the background. What should look like a really, really strong set here for Potato, and potentially 4K1, 4K2, has flipped itself on its head a little bit and is now looking very, very addable. We don't have our tunnel outs anymore. We have multiple people on Deathhook. We did thankfully stop that 4-gen from popping. A71 rotating way early, as we did tell down here. We find someone in position here, I believe is A71. He is indeed our last fresh of the match, as we do pursue him down 6. Now we have the infamous Zed Wall here, as he tries his best to play around. There's no life to get you out of this corner, buddy. Just nothing but prayers and a little bit of luck, and unfortunately, you're all out of luck. So he's going down there at the bottom of 6, but in Melatonin's favor, we don't have any pain resistors down this side of the map. We know this because of when Nortor went down initially down this side of the map. When Painkiller went down on this side of the map, we saw no pain resistors from there, as A71 is going up in his fresh up. We have 2 potential turnouts here in the form of Nortor and Painkiller. Painkiller stealthing away from this generator. We saw a Crow go up there. We saw Toy's bald little head there in the background, hiding behind this shit truck, and we do see her there in a very, very fashionable Iron Maiden outfit. But if we're able to get a quick kill into Painkiller, this shifts Potato in a much more comfortable position, as we have that really high progress fortune, which should be popping in this chase if we get the save onto A71. And unfortunately, a bit of M2 vaking is going to result into Painkiller getting a tag there as he does pre-throw the power. But no, Potato does not want any of that smoke, and he's actually just leaving to go back for his gens. I don't know about this decision. If we're able to get a quick down to A71 and then to Paintos, maybe, but no, we're going back to a play eruption on our 4-gen. It's nearly out of kicks, and we're teleporting away towards the north side of the map to try and intercept that other gen that's decently high progress, potentially, and we find this gen here that's somewhat progressed, but no one's here. Gohan, he's chasing ghosts.
Yeah, it looks like he is fighting some demons in his head a little bit. We do see A71 is getting reset, hopefully by a survivor. Yep, they are doing a double reset onto Painkiller and to A71. And we do see Kim actually removing one of Demogorgon's portals, which, in my opinion, isn't the best idea, because now that gives him a free portal to use as he pleases, and he also gets some idea on where the survivors are as well. But we do see a missed skill check on a heal as well, which is not ideal for the survivors, because it gives Potato the knowledge on where to go, especially now that he sees a heal being fully done. But we do see the chase happening here at 9, heading over towards 10 and towards the broken bus. But no, we are having none of it, and we're going right back to 4. We are playing ping pong with these gens, and unfortunately, he is going to find someone with scratch marks, but unfortunately, that survivor is gone, unless we vault into the killer's loving arms. So Nortor is going to be running up towards the 2 side of the map. We got another portal removed, so now Potato has 2 in the back pocket to use as he pleases. So not the best, not the worst. And we have this tile again, and as you said, I don't even know. Do we just want to name this tile? Why don't we just name this tile right now, Swan? What do you think we should name this?
I call it a hybrid 4-lane, but it's not really a 4-lane, is it? But it's kind of it's got 3 lanes, 2 lanes. I don't know. It's like a hybrid 4-lane. It's not quite a real 4-lane. It's got, you know, it's just very strange. I just call it a hybrid tile, but we do finally see a death onto Nortor there after a generational second chase there. He will be taken out of the game. And honestly, Nortor's second chase there earlier in the match, I think, is what put Melatonin in a relatively strong-ish position here. That gen at 4, I think, has its maximum number of kicks already on it, so they can comfortably pop that gen without worrying about it getting hit by eruption. We go for a... That's disgusting. What the fuck? I'd be mad if I was Kate. That's not good, but we do get the tag, and we've just got a portal away back down to 4 to intercept. Potentially someone working this generator. Nope, intercept. You kicked it too many times. Gotta give it up, buddy. Gotta worry about those other 3 gens. I don't know what the second gen is that they're working this high progress. I don't know if it's 9 or 6. Ideally, you want something like sort of 9 and Shack maybe, because that way it sort of allows you to sort of rotate and die up towards 12 side, where you've got some resources left here, a couple of hybrid lanes, some rock fillers, and it looks like we are working Shack, which is about nearly at the 50% mark, which is probably a wise decision here, as you still have a good bit of resources in this far side of the map. We do see Potato Savage scouring this area, trying to find anyone out of position here. Potentially, K2 is injured. We might be able to find some blood, but no, we're searching lockers, trying to find a cheeky A71 who we know is in the area by this hybrid tile, but no dice here. No one to be seen, as we're likely resetting Kate over by the 12th side of the map, and we are going to be popping 4 here. That is A71. Popping this generator down here. That's a painkiller, potentially resetting Kate in the background there. But oh, we see A71 pre-stealthing here actually as Potatoes come down to intercept the gen before it gets popped. But A7 playing his distance here around the shit truck to the best of his ability. He doesn't have many resources here, but he has a window, a bit of hopes and dreams, maybe some rocks and tires to keep him some cover, some company. But I think he's just accepted the fact that he's getting tagged and he's just making as much distance as humanly possible to get him to the area where the resources are more abundant as we head over to a bit more of a classic ball lane here with a cheeky pre-drop and also probably connecting into the window. But no, we're actually moving away from that loop here. We still have the car loop here, but we do break the pout there. We don't have, I think we have the good window. I couldn't tell if it was bugs still or not, but we're going to be playing this filler palette anyway. I think he gets hit here because of ping, but no, we do see the shred. They're connecting with the power, which is fantastic. But A71's making a bit of a key mistake here, and he's dying within his gens. We see 4 popping there in the back, which is great to see as he runs up towards the bus side of the map there. And we do get the eruption on the shack gen. We see, I think that was K working it with the aura, and A71 will be going onto his second hook. And honestly, I think this is in favor of Melatonin, Gohan.
Yeah, with how much progress they're doing, it looks like it is going towards Melatonin's favor within at least of the flow of the game. And we just see that Kim has decided to remove yet another portal. Looks like they have a different idea on how to verse Demogorgon, opting to more so remove portals than leave them there. But I believe we had in the our match stuff says that that little tile that you call hybrid is actually a 4-lane. But I think we should call it a small version, like the baby version of a 4-lane.
That shit is
so
not
the
a
small
4-lane.
Sure. I feel
It's
like we
not
can
a
call it
4-lane.
a baby
It's just a
4-lane.
different tile. It's a completely different tile. That is not a 4-lane. It's a different tile. It's a hybrid loop. I'm calling it a hybrid loop.
I feel like we should. I feel like we should make a channel and allow people to try and figure out a name. It's a hee hee ha tile. Okay, yeah, we'll call it that hee hee ha ha tile now. That's the official name now for all this stuff for OCE in a whole. So now, if you're ever chasing around that tile, you don't have to call it hee hee ha ha tile. Have fun with the comms, everybody, for that. But we do see a lovely whiff by Potato. Unfortunately, I'm going to be able to get that down as quick as possible. But Kim is his last second hook stage. So we might actually see some outs, but they're not doubling. They're actually splitting the gens. I don't know how I feel about that, considering that A71 is injured here. But I actually want to point out, for some reason, our spectating is actually allows us to see how many hook stages are on the board this time. It's not bugged. I don't know if has VBD fixed something in the background. I feel like they've done something in the background. Oh, never mind. Nope, Daisuke and Kim still say 1 stage. Never mind. I spoke too soon. Anyway, we are going to see Potato go down all the way to deep 6, which is being worked on a little bit, nearly 50%. Or would you say that is 50%? I don't know. But we do see the chase about around 50%. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that then. But we do see Painkiller is going to be chased, and he is a death hook. Everyone is death hook now, actually. But we do see Potato is going to opt to chase this, and that we do. I don't know how much resources we have still on this top side of the map, but we do see the hit happen, and A71 is going to be healed as well. So we are going to be running away from the hee hee ha ha tile to another hee hee ha ha tile, and he is going to go down on said tile, and then very interesting from Potato there, not being able to get the shred instead of going for a swing instead. The controller movement isn't as what it used to be, but we do see the lovely crouch shock from A71 being able to continue this. Is he going to be able to get the vault? He isn't going to be able to get the vault, but he is going to get the tag. Potato nearly whiffing it yet again, but A71 is looping around our active generators. So this isn't the best, and especially considering there's nothing really left here for A71. A71 is going to go down. There is no... I don't believe he can kick Shack as well, so it's not that bad. But hopefully we will see a reset happening, or they are going to be doubling. Nope, we are going to be seeing a reset happen. They're going to go towards 2 side of the map, and Kim is saying, yep, come here. We're going to reset here. We're going to reset. We're going to play this slow. We're going to try and get both of us out. And this is his Tycon. So if he can find the reset, and he is getting dangerously close to the reset, so if Potato can find this, it looks like Potato is going to get the win, but he doesn't hear them. He is so close to them. Potato, open your ears. You're there.
He's on the TV speakers. Oh god, it's a console moment.
Oh no, Potato.
Doesn't hear him, but I like
Potato has, yeah, as we see here, yeah, the reset happened at 2. Oh, that's gotta hurt. I don't, yeah, they can't. His players can't really actually watch his POV, unfortunately, because PlayStation can't stream onto Discord, which kind of sucks, but we do see the reset happen, so now we are going to be playing a bit slow. They do have to actually just get out with what they have, but they have to. There is some interesting stuff happening in the side chat here. We got Potato is apparently laying in his bed, just laid back, chilling like a villain here while
He's
playing
chilling,
the demo Corgan.
lying
But
on his
yeah, we
stomach,
are.
kicking his feet, twirling his hair, patrolling his 3 gen. Having a grand
Yep.
old time. He's on the phone
Oh,
to the girls. He's not. Yeah, he's
he's
ready.
confirmed it for us. That's what he's doing. Okay, thank you, Potato, for the confirmation of what you're doing. He is just twirling his hair
But
and just
he,
patrolling. But oh,
yeah,
we do find Kim. Uh oh, we got action again. We have action.
we do. We find Kim here out of position just a little bit, which we get a nice little shred there on the hee ha ha tiles. We're rotating over towards the 12 side of the map here. Unfortunately, this is going to be the win con, I believe, for Potato. Oh, this will be 11
Oh, there
stages.
it
We
is.
get a
Yep.
nice double tap there. Very good for Potato, Savage, and Freddo here. As I think we just take the W on the Demogorgon set, unless I'm stupid and this survivor isn't dead, but I'm pretty sure
No,
they're
he
dead.
is. He's dead. He's
They're
definitely.
dead?
That
Okay,
is the
and
W towards Freddo being able to win. Thankfully,
okay, the killer
Potato.
hook count is bugged as well.
Yeah, so it's still bugged. Thank you, DVD. But we do see Painkiller is just we're trying to see who has the better ping. Oh wait,
Where's Potato?
nah, that was robbing. That was daylight robbery. Painkiller had moved a little bit. He had the animation starting, but Potato is able to get it. Probably was spamming his button for it as well. But we do see a lovely Mori from Potato for his W for his team. Freddo gonna have the first set win, and we're gonna be going into Mastermind next.
Hello everybody, welcome back to OSL. This is week 5, day 2, Freddo vs Melatonin. In case you missed it, we did see Freddo take the Demogorgon set with a very clean 4K1 from your boy Potato Savage on the side of Freddo. Unfortunately, Norta only able to set 10 stages for fresh there, as Freddo got the better conditions there. But we are loading in now on Freddo's pick, actually, of the mastermind, the Albert Wesker, the Zhejiang Noodle Killer himself, Uncle Wesk. And given that this is Freddo pick, it's funny. He got it is Freddo's pick, so it's definitely in their favor in terms of, you know, they probably practiced a lot more. Philly's probably very versed on the Wesker, and I'm keen to see how he plays it. Wesker set's always fun to watch. He's a very good killer. And looking at the build, we do have Brutal, Eruption, Bane, Corrupt.
Ooh,
As
wait,
for
hold on.
every, and I was about to
Jewel
say we do
Beetle
have
and
the Jewel
egg.
Beetle. Yes, we have the
Wait.
egg. He's an egger. And he's got the Jewel Beetle as well, which does mean we're going to be seeing a lot of edge map throws, I dare say. But we're just going to be taking the vault here on the first chase onto Kate. Very nice and quick smart. I don't think we get the M1 there. We do get the M1 there. A bit of ping. And we got both our tokens back. We might be able to cheeky 2-tap here with the Ouroboros Tentacle. We're in a bit of a hee-ha tile, but he does hold his power to cancel a little bit. That's going to be a very clean M1. And if you're Freddo, you're having it alive because that's the type of start you want to see, Gohan.
That is a lovely start to the game. Philly Fry doing an absolutely amazing start here. And honestly, yeah, with Jewel Beetle and Egg, it's interesting because I used to run Jewel Beetle on its own, and on its own is actually quite fun, but combine that with Egg, I feel like Egg sometimes can be a detriment considering that it can allow the survivors to comment out and avoid the next dash with just running distance and then dodging. But we do see Philly Fry nodding to, I'm assuming, his team, because he might be streaming. Yeah, he is. He is streaming for his team. So he's probably giving them a little nodder for saying, don't go down to basement, but he did anyway. And Ranger is saying egg on Wesker is a nauseous face, so he's clearly not a fan of the egg pick on Wrecker's Yard. But we do see Philly Fry trying to get the dash into the hit from the vault, but unfortunately it's not going to be able to go. And Painkiller with a very surprise body block on as well. But we do see Philly Fry is going to be able to get the turn on to Painkiller with a very lovely 2-dash here into the slam into the side of main. And we do see the hook is going to happen in basement here. Not ideal for the survivor's end, but hey, what can you do? You can only really chase for your life and get as far away as you can, but unfortunately not being able to. But we do see the first gen happen out in the background as well. And we do still have only 3 stacks of our pain res as well. I miss old pain res. Bring it back as long as well as the old blood points from our barbecue. I would like that back, please. I would like my blood points. But we are going to be continuing on. We are going to break the pallet with Brutal. We are going to be just trying to patrol, find our next chase. Well, we do see A71 is on a gen. Nortor is just roaming. Maybe up there with the fairies right now. Same with Kim, doing who knows what. But we do see A71 is pretty much the only one on a generator, which is not ideal for the survivor side Swank.
Yeah, we do see, we finally have someone going in there for the save, but I think we're going to be able to get a very nice little Ouroboros. But no, we're just waiting a little bit, actually, and just counting our power for a potential M1. Now, Philly, he has studied at BBU, the Body Blocking University, but unfortunately he flunked all his classes, as we do see. Norto able to get out there. We're trying to dual beal in the basement, and we do get it! Oh, we're getting out on value as Norto is forced to die basement, and that's really unfortunate. If you're Melatonin, you're never leaving this basement, buddy. Get back here. Now, the downside is here we don't get our painters from Nortor, which is a shame, but at least we get a cheeky little fresh hook in the basement. Melatonin also struggling a little bit with the gen pressure in the background, as we do only see A71 working generators. Both Cade and Norto were trying to get in positions for saves, as Ace has just been cranking motors for his team. He's just on gen duty this game.
Could this be the reason why he ran Jeweled Beetle? The plan was to hook in basement and then just start flinging them back into the basement to get the 2-tap.
I mean, I feel like if you're going to be doing that strategy, you'd be probably bringing agitation over something else so that we can guarantee those basement hooks. I think it was just more of a happenstance kind of thing of like, okay, Jewel Beetle works really well on basement stairs. Jewel Beetle in general is just really nice for getting those 2-taps because, of course, you know, you don't slam, you throw them into objects. Of course, you have to rely on DVD's pretty shitty collision to get those slam throws from Jewel Beetle. We do see the Killer Instinct over by 12 there, which was Painkiller, who is one of our potential tunnel outs. And also a pain res. Unfortunately, no one else on gens, as only that gen was being done. I think this is a Jewel Beetle as well. This is bad news bears if you're Melatonin. Kate, you can't be going down here. And a bit of a preemptive swim. Oh, he hits it! And now he got 2 survives in the basement. Oh, Melatonin believers in shambles right now. Philly showing why he's very, very comfortable on the Wesker, why Freddo picked it. This man is a menace with the Jewel Beetle on the basement stairs. And he's just very happy to camp out Nortor and kill him. Because he doesn't, I don't even think he needs to hook Kate here. Oh, well, she's going to cry out, so he does need to hook her. But we do successfully force Nortor to go second. And now A71 and Painkiller. I think you just got to work motors. I don't know what you do here.
We're making a Christmas tree. We're making a Christmas tree.
Oh, dear. Yeah, we are making a Christmas tree. A bubble tree in the basement. As we see Painkiller working for a A71. A Wesker tree, yes.
Yeah, it's a Wesker tree now. No longer bubble. Oh no, not again. Okay, at least he's slammed. At least he's slammed into it, so he's got to be able to pick up one person at least. Okay, we wait. Wait.
Good working video game.
They save everyone. Oh, never mind. They don't save everyone. I don't know about that. So that is going to be Nortor dead as well. So. It looks like we're looking at a 4K2 at best, as long as A71 can stick to the generators as he has been. Their only real progress has been from A71, and yes, we do see the next gen pop in the background. So luckily, it's not going to be a 4K4 win con. It's only going to be a 4K3 win con. So luckily, it wasn't as bad, but it is still pretty bad. This is not looking too good for the side of Melatonin, and Melatonin was actually the favorite to win this this set as well. If we look at VIP tipping, it is 4 people voted for Freddo to win, and 22 people voted for Melatonin to win. So this was very heavily towards Melatonin winning from the tipping alone. But obviously, we don't know how the survivors play, because I don't think anyone has actually seen Philly Fry play Killer before. Have you seen him play Killer before?
No, I know he's a serve juice. I've gone against him in pubs. He's also just one of our podium finishers on a couple of 1v1s. I think it was the Billy 1v1 or the Spirit, I forget. He was.
I believe it was the Spirit, because New was the winner of the Hillbilly one.
Yeah, this is his first comp game on Killer. A very ambitious swing there from Frilly onto Kate, but no, we're just going to be going for a slug. She's also red, so even if she was healthy, she'd be spelling Doom, and she's also handed. We get a slug there onto Kimeon. If we can get a 4K2 Wesker Regulars yard set, that's going to be a fantastic result for Freddo survivors. They're going to be clapping and cheering in their team VCs if we're able to find Ace of One out of position here, who's just been tirelessly working on these generators. His team just doesn't want to help out with. We do see a high progress gen here in the background, but he's hunting for A7 One. He can't find him. We do see that Frilly is just off the mark. We saw A7 in the spectator cam stealthing very close to this active generator actually, but Wesker's gone down map a little bit, but he's sort of rotated back up towards the side of the shack, just keeping an eye out for him. He doesn't really, Frilly doesn't seem to have a full understanding of where Ace could have gone, if he's going to go for an early rotate down to pick up Kimeon, or if he's just stealthing nearby, but we hear a faint terror radius on A71 as he's on the opposite side of Shack that Wesker is currently looking for, as he is making his way down to Kimeon for the pickups to get them back in the game. And maybe bring this 4K2 to a 4K1 if you're lucky, but I don't know. It depends on how good the chasers go, but Melatonin have shown maybe they haven't been practicing the Wesker set. Maybe they've been on the struggle bus in their scrims just a little bit, but we see the pickup coming through onto Kim as Philip really does rotate there. We see the spray coming through, giving him a little bit of information, a bit of a greedy swing there, praying for a ping hit with a pallet, but no, it doesn't happen there as we do see a successful stun on the Frilly. We're chasing Kate now towards the car junk tile here. I don't know if we have a pallet to help us out here. We do have a pallet here. This is going to force Frilly to break it, but we have the brutal strength. We're going to be likely be using our power to potentially cut them off. And a very generous grab there from Ouroboros. That's got to be a ping hit if I've ever seen, as we do just accept the fact that we're going to hook Kim, but no, we're dropping for another slug. She's already been hooked, so we don't need to worry about Kate bleeding out for negative points because she's already been fresh hooked. A71 is our fresh. We can't lose him through a hatch or a door. We need to find him, and we need to find him fast, but Frilly just has no idea where he could be. He's searching in all the wrong places for love, and love is in this jungle gym palette here in the name of A71. It's just on the opposite side of the map, unfortunately, but ideally maybe we see a crow disturb and we find Ace, but I don't know. What do you think, Gohan? We find an A71 or are we calling it here?
Well, considering how well he's been able to be stealthing fairly far, I want to say he can do it, but as we know, he is really dangerously close towards A71. If we could look at where A71 is right now, just from that little area, we might be able to see where he is now. But with how it is right now, we do know that KMY is on Death Hook, and A71 is a fresh hook. So, and we've been spotted. Uh-oh. It was a slam. Wasn't a fling, so he won't get two tapped, but this is going to spell our last chase of the game. Unfortunately, it is going to be, or fortunately for Freddo, is going to be a 4K2 win. Oh, I love Wesker. Wesker is fair and balanced. I did that a lot during 2v8, and it still looks like it's still not changed.
There is also a bug as well, where if you do like F11 or pause or whatever, I forget what it was. Either way, where you can actually like basically use your mind and suck people into your slam. It is an exploit, so you're not going to see any players doing it tonight, people, but it is disgusting.
And if they did, they'd be in trouble.
When you grab them, they would be in very big trouble. But no, we do see Freddo secure a 4K2 here, which is a fantastic setup for Freddo survivors. You're going to be happy if you're them. And honestly, Gohan, what do you think going into the second half of this Wesker set? Do you think Melatonin's Wesker's going to pull a miracle run, or are we seeing a 2-0 from Freddo here?
Well, hopefully that Melatonin are able to bring it back and maybe even do a reverse sweep, get the match of Wesker, and then go into Blight and get the win for Blight, because Melatonin were the one to pick the tiebreaker, as they were the one to pick Demo first, so they were able to pick the tiebreaker of their choice. But we will be back after a short intermission, and I feel like Melatonin can win it, but hey, a 4K3 is a hard win con to beat. So we'll be right back after a short intermission while we set up Melatonin's killer.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to OSL. This is week 5, day 2, Freddo vs Melatonin. In case you missed it, which if you did, go back and watch it, because Frilly had a fire game on the Wesker set. He showed why you're probably going to want to be banning Wesker against Freddo in the future, because he's at a fantastic 4K2 result with fantastic value from some esoteric add-ons in the form of Jewel Beto and just general good, just macro and micro plays there from him. But we're going to be going into the Survivor set for Freddo, as all they need to do is just 4K1 result and they win 2-0 in Freddo's favor, which is honestly just a fantastic result, all things considered, for a Wesker set. But We do have. Is this Daisuke on the
Yeah,
Wesker? It is Mr.
North.
Notor on the Wesker. He's pretty high prestige on the Wesker. He was like 40 something, so he's clearly played a bit of Wesker. We don't see Egg this time. We do see the leather gloves and Jewel Beetle once more. With the exact same perks that Frilly was running last game. So hopefully for Freddo's sake, we don't see a repeat, but we do see some lingering scratch marks here. Someone sprinting right off the rip, and I think we do find that's Mr. Potato Savage, the
Oh,
roller demon himself, being found very early. Unfortunately, Nortor missing as Wesker dash there, as it allows Potato to move into the towards the 6-side gen here, towards some stronger resources. I believe he has a pretty strong rock filler here, and he does. Nortor opting to just brutal strength out pound down and potentially kill Potato Savage in the transition space. I say kill, but I mean down. But no, we are unfortunately blocked by these trees here, as we're just opting to cancel our power, get our token back, and I'm not surprised if he just leaves here. And we do leave. We do see this generator in Shack being worked by someone very ambitiously. This might have even been doubled, but we nearly get a tag there onto
ooh.
Potato, who came back to
Oh.
take the chase away from Nortor, and Nortor just opted to leave here. He doesn't want any Potato Savage's smoke and Gohan. This is a very interesting start to the match we have so far.
Yeah, indeed it is. And we do have a confirmation
Uh-oh.
that it's P42 Mastermind. So Nortal is very well versed in this killer, considering he's willing to level him up all the way to level 42 Prestige. But we do see Nyx is a bit in trouble here, especially with the fact that he's got brutal strength as well. But we do see, are we going to be seeing the swing through the pallet? And we do. We see the swing just before the pallet. He's going to go down. He's not going to be flashlight saved. He's not going to be pallet saved. But we do see the double happening in Shack, and we do see another gen in the background
Jesus.
somewhere as well. That is at 2. 2 is also being worked on, and probably going to pop for this as well. Unless, no, Pain Res is going to stop it. So thankfully, they're not going to be able to get two Pain Res or 2 pops for a 1 hook. So thankfully, Nortor is able to bring it back. But if they do pop that generator at 2, it becomes it becomes where he needs to get a 4K from then, there, and right now. But hopefully he can bring it back, because it is a win con of 4K. 4K2, I believe, is the win con, or I think it's 4K3. Sorry, my bad. 4K3 is the win con, and they've already got 1 gen done. So really bad news Barry's, especially with the fact that 2 is very close as well. But
Oh
unfortunately, he
no.
is gonna get the secondary down, and we are gonna see the eruption happening as well. And we do see a survivor on it as well, and that generator is cooking. And Potato is working on another trend that's over 50. I'd say that's around 60%, maybe nearing 70. But we do see Age is going to be able to pop this gen, and now it is bad news Barry's. Nortor has to get a 4K from this state of the game, but we do see the FTP happen. This is not looking good for Nortor.
Not at all. We do see the FTP from JT onto Nyx, which is good to see because it takes the pressure off Nyx just a little bit after he had a pretty bad second chase there, getting grabbed almost immediately after his BT ended. But we do find him here again, unfortunately, not quite able to get that, as we do see a gen pop in the background. Freddo are cranking motors, and my solo queue teammates would never, as we do take the chase on the Nyx here. Now we are at Tycon, so we've got to get a 4K2 here. But honestly, looking at what's going on here, I don't think we are. We're getting a nice little dash on the Nyx, getting our injury, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe see Potato Savage or Age come in for a hit while JT works a gen on the other side of the map. Next, playing super safe, just trying to make sure his team secures the win con. But honestly, at this stage, it's looking like outs, which it really should be against Wesker. But oh dear, Nick's unfortunately getting stuck on a tree and a tire there, as we are going into the 3v1 at 2 generators, which honestly, normally I'd be like, oh no, this is bad, but Freddo have shown that they're really good with their gen progress, and looking at these generators, they are social distancing. My god, it's like 2020 COVID all over again. They're miles apart, as I don't know if he's able to intercept any of these gens in time. We just need one more gen pop to get the gens done, but oh, do we see it? Do we see it? Do we see it? No, we do see a high progress gen here, but no pops happening just yet. You never know. We could get a cheeky dive, but I make some mistakes. But go on. It's not looking like they're up to making any mistakes this match. Oh, I
Yeah,
speak of the devil.
especially. Oh,
Uh-oh.
we get a lovely fling, so we might be able to get a 2-tap here. But unfortunately, he is gonna be able to run away into Shack. Unfortunately, he's not gonna be able to make the window. But we are at the Tycon right now, so if he can get a 4K from this state, it is going to be Tycon, and we are going to be going to Blight, and then we have to replay Wesker again if Melatonin get the dub in the tiebreaker match. But then obviously it will be played offline, so everyone will be informed during our next matches for the during after intermissions. We'll get that confirmation from the person who will be watching it. But right now it is looking like it is going to be a dub for Freddo. So RIP all those people that voted for Melatonin to win, but Freddo is got it on a tall order. So he is going to be doing as best as he can to get the Tycon, but unfortunately, we do see that JT is going to be running to get the save onto Age. Potato hopping off the gen looks like he is going to be getting interrupted on his generator that was quite highly progressed as well. So looks like they might opt to just go straight for the generator at 6, and it looks like it is Dark Sense doing wonders for a Potato, being able to avoid Mortal as much as he can around this crane here at 10. But we are going to be going as far as we can and do as much as we can around this tile. But Potato is going to continue looping this as much as he can for his life, as it is looking bad. But we do get a fling here instead of a slam, thanks to Jeweled Beetle. But unfortunately, it isn't enough to be able to get the 2-tap. But Potato is unfortunately not going to vault just in time. And he is going to get a slow vault instead of a fast vault. But we do see the last gen pop. So that is going to be the dub for Freddo. And it is going to be a 2-1 or 2-0 victory as well. But we are obviously going to continue playing this out as much as we can. So let us see how Northall can do from this stage. So it is going to be interesting to see how they go, but they are going to be trying as best as they can, Smonk.
Yes, unfortunately, I've just heard from our production team that I think potentially, we don't know for certain, the first half of this match might have not even been streamed and we were on the wrong screen. So I'm sorry if that's the case and you are only just joining us now. If that's the case, I'll catch you up just in case that did happen. But apparently it was on the upcoming match screen for a good bit of that. I don't know if you heard the casting or not, but it was on second gen pop. Apparently, we just back,
okay.
so...
If it was on the upcoming matches, they would have heard us, but they just wouldn't have seen what was going on.
Okay,
so,
well, in that case, I apologize. Yeah. Very sorry for the hiccup. Won't happen again, but, you know, production issues do happen. It's a lot of moving parts at once, so we apologize, but I'm going to be moving on with the match now as we do see Fred taking the win comp, but we are going to be playing to the best of our ability here to set as best result possible, as ideally if you're Freddo here you want to set a really good result, but I know they're probably really happy that we see the live coming out from JT, allowing me to rotate down towards some areas with hopefully some better powers. But we got a lot of resources to spare here as Daisuke is taking the brutal strength there and then readying his bound to potentially get a nice little tag, but ooh, just barely missing that. A nice little jiggy from JT, allowing him to rotate back over to some pallets, and he's going to be making good use of that. He is red now, so he's 4% slower permanently until the chase ends here, or he cleanses himself. But I don't think this is going to be happening mid-chases. We're lining up for a potential tag, but no, Daisuke, unfortunately, not quite making it there, allowing Genji to pre-throw the pallet there, and a cheeky little Brutus strength is going to force him down towards the shack side of the map here as he's desperately trying to get to the shack window, but he's got ping on his side, not quite connecting. We still have shack pallet as well, up at 1 gen left. We should probably use that Freddo at some stage, but this forces Daisuke to just drop chase, go back to his gens, and try and find somewhere else, because JT's been doing a little bit of juicing, and we do find Age here with the sprint burst on the Fung Man, unfortunately, bumping his head into a car, giving himself a bit of brain damage. We see the gen popping in the background, though, as Potato Savage is hit with his adrenaline. Age, though, he's in a bit of trouble here. He's got nothing to work with. I wouldn't be surprised if he just dies corner, and unless JT and Potato Savage get out, both JT and Potato Savage are both red as well, and we do get a cheeky little grab onto Age, which will mean a hook, but I dare say Potato and JT are probably already out of a door somewhere on the map towards 9. Ooh, he might be able to make it there just jump before they open it, but I wouldn't be surprised if JT's already on that door going home.
I believe there is also a cheeky little Potato. Yeah, there is a Potato Savage trying to get to the safe, but unfortunately he is going to get slammed, and it looks like that is the door that is open. It is going to be the door at 11, so they are going to be able to get 2 doors or the 2 people out of the game, and it is going to be JT was a fresh hook. Potato was only on his first hook, so that is only going to be 7 hooks and 3 freshers. But well done to Freddo for getting the 2-0 into the victory. So we will be right back after a short intermission where we will have Gospel versus Harden. I will say what those matches are. It is going to be Ghoul first, picked by Gospel. then Unknown picked by Harden, and then the finishing touch, your favorite Swonk, Houndmaster.
I do love a good bit of Handmaster. I know a lot of people don't like her, but I think she's wonderful. But yes, very, very well played from Freddo. Honestly, they came out swinging, and I think they probably make it into top 8. And if that's the case, I'm keen to see what they can accomplish in that case. Unfortunate loss from Melatonin, but a lot to go over from the VOD reviews here. So I'm keen to see how they do in the future. But very well played to Freddo there. We're going to go into a short intermission while we get the Hard and Gospel game set up here, which is going to be fantastic, by the way. So I can't wait to see you all there after a short intermission. We will be right back very shortly.